Boop.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 4 of Fantasy Film Fights, the show where we take a random film topic and we draft it fantasy style. As always, to my left is Tony. Tony, say hi to the people.
Say hi to the people. Oh wait, no, fuck! I gotta say hi to the people. I can't say. Did it wrong.
That's all right. You want to know what? We might want to let this one just let it go.
One day, but I can think of something funnier to say.
We'll come up with something for episode 5. All right, let me introduce our guests, our panelists for this episode. To my right, we've got Cameron. Cameron, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. I was just at school for like 2 hours, despite the fact that I don't have school this week, so that's always fun. And now I'm here doing this. I had a rehearsal for a drama thing. I saw that look, Jacoby. I saw that look. Don't look at me like that. Don't look at me like that. No. Stop it. No.
Well, Cameron, we're happy to have you, Cameron. All right, down here we've got Brian. Brian, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, and Jacoby also hangs out outside schools when he's not going there. Just saying.
Creepy. That's
Brian, not on public. You can't tell people that.
Yeah, I think that's something you got to tell folks whenever you move into a new neighborhood.
Yeah.
And my man directly below me, Jeff. Jeff, how are we doing?
Doing good. Thanks for having me for this thing. Is this where y'all want me to say my thing, or hold?
Yeah, explain why your hair's that color.
Okay, well, it's because I make poor life choices. No.
That's a great way to lead into what you're about to say too.
It really is. Yeah, some of y'all know I help out with a charity for an organization called the St. Baldrick's Foundation, and the purpose of this thing is to fund childhood cancer research. To hopefully find better treatments and cures for all the different forms of childhood cancer. So we do some fundraising about this time every year, and we've got a couple of things going on. The first about my hair. I made some promises. If I raised a certain amount of money, I would do some stuff. So a couple of days ago, my hair was like platinum blonde. Now it's green. Spoiler, tomorrow it's going to be pink. And then at the end of the week on Sunday, it's going to be gone because I'm shaving it off to honor.
If it hasn't fallen out from all the color.
If it doesn't fall off on its own by then, it's going to get shaved off to honor these kids that we're supporting. But the other thing we've got going on right now that's pretty cool is we did a little match over in the Movie Trivia Face-Off with Ken Knapsack and Mark Riley, and we set up a special fundraiser. We set up a special fundraiser for this match, and the link to it is in the description. And it was just a really good time, and it's for a great cause. So if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. If you're able to help us out, even if it's just with $1 or $2, it's much appreciated.
Absolutely. If anyone is interested, you can find it in the description on the YouTube channel and on the podcast feed. So please go help.
Absolutely. Do check it out. I watched the match. It's a fun match. Definitely check it out.
We had a good time.
Yep. Last but certainly not least, down over here, we've got Jacoby. Jacoby, how you feeling, my man?
I'm feeling great. How can I follow that? I mean, that's...
So what are you
doing for the world, Jacoby?
What am I doing for the world? Like, oh, God. Nothing. No, that sounds like a great cause. Support that. Yeah, I'm doing good. Excited to be here. We're going to have a fun time.
All right.
Also, we would like to officially announce as well, Jacoby is shaving off his hair next week for charity.
Oh, good. First time hearing about it, but okay, I guess I have to now. So.
All right. Well, might as well get this started. As said in a description down below, we are drafting movies with 3-word titles. And it is a serpentine draft, which means you've got the first pick in the first round, you got the last pick of the second round, all that kind of good jazz. The way we decide draft order is a closest to the pin question. And what? What am I missing?
I was just going to say, before we go, so when we say 3-word titles, we do mean the word the, and, I, in.
Those all count, like a Mr. or a Mrs. counts. If it's a sequel or a third movie, that counts as well. An ampersand counts as a word. All that kind of good stuff.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Kirk, I see you calling me out like this in the comments, and I don't like it.
So, just going to say, only one I can write movie has 3-word title. What's Cameron going to do? The other 4 picks.
I don't need to be called out like that,
we're about
Kirk.
to step to draft order. All right. Gentlemen, your question. You'll have about 10, 15 seconds to formulate an answer and come up with it. Hopefully you have a whiteboard handy. If not, a piece of paper, you write it down.
Hold on.
No, holding on. Holding on for Jacoby.
We probably should have warned him beforehand.
All right, guys. So,
Yeah.
how do we screw Jacoby?
That was our
Oh,
fault.
hey, welcome back, buddy.
Hey, welcome
Hi.
back, buddy. Hi.
Did you all say nice things about me? Hold on, I got new markers. Just opening those up.
You gave
We were
us enough
trash
time to say
talking.
everything nice we had to say about you. Put it that way.
We're trash talking you the whole time, buddy. The whole
That's
time.
fair.
He's a dick. He deserves
I
it.
don't like being so mean to Jacoby
Alright.
today for no reason.
Everyone is.
Like-
But Tony's always mean to me. I just can't understand anything he ever says.
This is entirely because Jacoby got seated higher than I did in the Fan League Personalities Tournament.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
I still don't
Right,
I have to
understand
make
how.
him as unlikable as possible so I can win.
All right, let's get this show back on the tracks here. Your question, gentlemen. How many 3-word movie titles have both Tom Cruise or Tom Hanks in total starred in, been a voice in, been a member of the cast of? Between Tom Cruise and Tom Hanks, how many movies do they appear in with a 3-word title?
I'm counting like I'm going to get the exact number right.
Same
Well, you
here,
got
though,
about 7 more seconds to count, so I just come up with something close.
If anyone can get the actual lists of them off the top of their head, we're just going to quit.
I've written them down.
Good. But if any of
that's
us
just
can
me.
just go one by one, just like.
All right. Everyone got an answer? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We will start with Cameron. What'd you think?
It's the number, I think it's the number Zac Efron was, but again, 17.
17. Brian, what did you guess?
I guess 11, but I hope I lose.
Oh,
Jeff, what'd you have?
what do I do if he got mine?
Shenanigans. Tony
11.
reached
All right.
his
So
answer.
I have
Oh,
a
here.
tiebreaker prepared just in
Okay.
case. And Jacoby, what'd you
I
have?
also put 11.
Ah!
It's
Well-
true. I did change my answer because I went for 17, then I changed it to 18. So we did at least
18.
three. There were 3
no,
different numbers.
you wrote 17.
He
There
wrote
has to be a
17
tie.
first.
No.
Fine, we'll keep it with. We chose the exact same numbers for all 5 of us. 11 and 17.
Imagine if it's 14 and we're all the same distance
So,
away.
Tony, did you truly have 17 or 18? What'd you
I
have?
legitimately had 17. I rubbed out to do 18.
17. All right,
try
so
and make
I
it
have a tiebreaker question. It goes between you and Cameron because you were closest. The actual number was 39.
What?
Holy shit.
39.
I was like Toy Story
Because-
1, Toy Story 2, Toy Story 3, Mission Impossible.
Turner and Hooch, Sleepless in Seattle, You've Got Mail, Saving Private
Oh.
Ryan, Green Mile, Road to Perdition, Polar Express, Da Vinci Code, Simpsons
Hold on,
movie,
take
was
a
voiced
break.
in
Hold on. Slow down. I need more for my list.
that. Just anyways. All right. Well, the tiebreaker question between Tony and Cameron. How many movies with a 3-word title does Tom Hardy appear in?
Oh, shit.
I hear Tony typing.
And
That's
I have
me.
a tiebreaker
I have the
for
loudest
this
keyboard
as
in the
well.
world. That's me.
I have a tiebreaker for this as well, if need be, in 5.
I'm still
4,
thinking of more 3-word titles as
3.
the day goes here.
Yeah, me too.
Tony, let's let you flip yours first.
2?
2, and then Cameron.
6?
If the answer there's no 2,
The answer 6. It was 6 on the nose.
Ayo.
Cameron, as your reward, you get to decide today's draft order.
Okay, cool.
Go ahead and choose who
So,
you want to go first, and ways down the line.
who's gonna go first?
Everyone but me, remember. Tony's the
Yeah.
one playing with you today.
Man, I know where I want to go. But I'm gonna say, I'm gonna force Tony to go first because that also sticks him with 10. I'm gonna then put Jeff second. I'm gonna go third.
Ooh.
Brian's gonna go fourth, and Jacoby's last where he belongs.
I got 2 picks.
Oh,
You fool!
shots fired. Although it's
All right.
gonna backfire. He
Enjoy
wanted to be
using
there.
those two.
Excellent.
All
So
right.
just to confirm, I'm first, Jeff is second, Cameron is third, Brian is fourth, and Jacoby is fifth.
That's what I've got down.
I got the
All
board
right.
ready.
Might as well get the
What's
ball
Cameron?
rolling.
I apologize. What's Cameron's number 3rd?
I'm 3.
3. Okay, sorry. Okay.
Sorry. Actually, I'll send it to
Also,
you guys.
Garth in the chat. Toy Story is not a 3-word title, but Toy Story 2, Toy Story 3, and Toy Story 4 are all 3 words.
Oh, I know what my new picks are.
There you go.
There we are.
Speaking of, Tony,
Okay.
you are officially on the clock with the first pick of the 3-word title fantasy film draft. What you got?
There's so much in me just wants to go for Dick answer, but I'm actually going to go for a serious one for once in my life. So this year, there's been a resurgence of one particular actor, and they've been talking about this one actor and saying, "Oh, is this the movie that he did this year? Uncut Gems is better than the other serious role they did." Screw that! No, it's not. It's one of the greatest films ever made. I'm going for Anders Sandler's greatest film, Punch Drunk Love.
Punch Drunk Love.
That's
all
a
right.
really weird way to spell.
It's a first-round pick. Interesting.
You had your whole range of options.
Punch Drunk
First, there's
Love.
no danger of anyone taking that anytime soon.
I probably should.
I thought you were about to say
Yeah,
Rain.
you
Rain
could
of
have
Fire, Rain
snuck
Over
that in
Fire.
the 5th round for
Hey,
sure.
it's all about how your list ends up as a whole and what people are going to vote on. You know, maybe he's playing to the crowd. Maybe he knows the voters. Maybe it's just his favorite and he wanted it.
I don't care what the
definitely
crowd
don't
thinks. I'm picking for
regret
me.
having Tony first pick if that's the way he's playing this game today.
It's a fantastic film. It's just like it's probably my favorite PTA film, and I get double bonus because of the free name director.
That's how
no.
it works.
Damn it!
It counts as your 2 picks, though, so you're out.
Fuck.
All right, so Punch Drunk Love. Anyone want to throw in their 2 cents on Punch Drunk Love, or should we just mosey on them?
It's a good movie, but as the very first one you pick in this, you had the whole world. As Brian said, you were not in danger here. And I thought you were going to go with Adam Sandler's other best dramatic role, which is Reign of Fire or Reign Over Fire. Reign Over Me.
Reign Over Me.
Rain over me.
Rain Over Me.
Rain over
Jack
fire is a whole
and
different
Jill.
movie.
So great that it's just
That's
Ooh, add it to my
boy.
list.
That's a good one.
All right. Well,
I honestly thought you were talking about one of those drunk matches I've been in, but I guess not.
Drunk Love.
okay, a controversial first pick, Punch Drunk Love. Let's move on over to Jeff with a second pick. Jeff.
All right. Let's see. I'm trying to think of a fancy way to set this one up, but it's just a dang good movie, and it's a Stephen King story. A lot of his stuff has been made into movies, most of them into not really good movies, but I think this one kind of stands at the top of not just his best movie, but one of the best overall. And I'm going with The Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice
That's how you
pick.
do a first
I for
round.
sure was saying Pet Cemetery 2.
Well, that's later down on my list.
That was a good one.
Does the
That's how you do it,
2019
Tony.
Pet Cemetery 2019
That's how it's done.
That's how you drive.
Never seen it.
Nice Bad Boys quote.
I've never seen it because I know it'll never live up to the hype.
It might.
No, it does.
It might.
The
It's
is really good.
Oh, good.
it's pretty good.
But I'm
I
also
mean, seriously, how many
And-
times do you really look at a man's shoes?
What she said.
Isn't that a Forrest Gump quote?
Get out.
the worst character of all time. Jenny wasn't drafted last week.
All right. Anyone want to throw in their 2 cents on the Shawshank Redemption, or should we keep going?
I'm sad that he picked it because now
Yeah.
I can't pick it.
Yeah.
Who
That's a
else
good
had
one.
it as like their first pick on their?
It was like
board?
top. It was like one of the top ones.
It was in the first round for me. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. I knew if I didn't grab it now, it would be gone. So
Oh,
It was
Ryan's
not
for
like, I'm
sure
not
it'd be gone by the time
touching
it
it
got
at
back around you.
And
Without
also,
question.
just quick to say, Kirk in the chat, I thought he was going to go for another 3-word movie from the same fellow.
Don't
I
say
thought
it.
you were going to stand by me. I thought that's what
Hey,
you were
shut
going to say.
Oh,
up!
you
Shut up!
did
Shut up!
that.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
spoilers.
You're giving away answers.
Shut up!
And
And I
Also-
got shit for the question earlier.
also quickly
Anyway.
as well, Garth, Tony
Mm.
going for Anderson directed movies from Paul Thomas Anderson, Wes Anderson, Paul W.S. Anderson. Almost like what's happening next week when we're doing directed by a John.
Oh yeah. Anything John Hughes,
Of the three, I
John
prefer
Wick,
Paul W.S.
John
Anderson.
Lemmy,
Man.
John
I'm a
Singleton.
Wes man.
Just has to be a John. If Olivia Newton-John directed something, you could draft that too. I'm not sure if she did, but hey, it worked.
No, if she did, sign me up.
All right, is it my pick?
All right, so
It's Cameron.
about to
Yeah.
be Shawshank Redemption, number 2 off the board. Cameron, you are officially on the clock at number 3.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
going with another Best Picture nominee that unfortunately did not win, despite the fact that it for sure deserved to win the year it was nominated. I'm going with 2010's The Social Network. It's a fantastic
Love
film.
me some Aaron Sorkin.
Yeah, Aaron Sorkin, David Fincher, Jesse Eisenberg, and everyone's favorite website that definitely doesn't steal our information, Facebook. Looking at you, FBI man, watching through my webcam.
Hiya.
Hi, FBI.
I'm just
You
gonna
do
put
not
out
want to
these.
look at my webcam. Really. You don't. Stuff nightmares are made of.
I was going to point out Team 19, of course, went Social Network for his first pick. I'm pretty sure you're legally obligated to be in that
No,
group.
if I were going Team 19, there's a different movie that's later on my draft board that is more obligated for me to pick.
Oh yeah, I know what that is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Brian, I swear, if you steal that movie
Because
from me,
Booksmart's one word.
Booksmart is not a Team 19 movie. It's literally just me. It's all about that.
No, Booksmart, he can't take that because I have to save that for
For
Team
Warzone.
2319.
Oh.
Oh, I'm thinking of the wrong team. My bad.
But yeah, Social
All
Network.
right. Social Network. Number 3 off the board. Anyone want to comment on Social Network?
It's the
Great
first
pick.
one on my short list that somebody stole off of it. So
Ah, all right.
Really?
like, I didn't think it survived till I got it though, because it'd be a couple rounds before I went for it.
Yeah. Well, that's a tough call because you are up next, Brian. Brian, what's your first round pick?
Which one do I? I'm just making my list for me. I'm not making my list. I don't care about the voters. So you can all vote against me. I don't give a shit.
That's how I go.
I think first I'm going to go for a rather recent one, but just probably I think one of the best so far in the ever popular comic book superhero genre, and that's Avengers: Infinity War.
Infinity War.
I think it's just the culmination. I mean, yes, Endgame was the last one, but I really think it more felt like the culmination of the whole thing. So it was like the beginning of basically what is a 2-part, one story. So
I hate you.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
I applaud the way they chose to end that one because I don't think anyone was expecting that. Just spoiler free, just in case no one's seen it. But
How
yeah,
does it? What?
It's been 2 years and it's this community. They've seen it.
It's on my
yeah,
list. I haven't seen it yet. I'm
that's
gonna get
fair.
around to it.
That's
anyway.
fair. The dusting, what have you. But yeah, I cried,
What?
especially when Groot got snapped.
Mrs.
pissed.
Stark, I don't feel so good. But honestly, Infinity War probably is the best MCU film. Like,
No.
it is the best.
No, it's
There
up
are
there.
many that are right up there with it, but I think it's
Captain
Yeah,
America,
it's
I like
pretty good. I don't know
Endgame.
if it's the best,
That's just-
but it's pretty good.
Winter Soldier.
it's the best. Yeah, I was going to say it's the best one that doesn't have Captain America in the title.
Nah. I'd go Thor Ragnarok
We'll
on
see.
that one.
We'll save that for another draft. We'll draft MCU characters or MCU movie or something like that. Who knows? But Jacoby,
Sweet. All right,
Yeah.
my turn.
you got 2 in a row, but only pick one so far.
Yeah,
Just go one.
the first one I'm going to pick, it's going to be along the same lines of Brian. It is a superhero movie, but it did for superhero movies
Yeah.
what, it started the gritty, down-to-earth superhero story that no other movie has successfully been able to replicate since then. It put Christopher Nolan kind of more on the map than he ever was. It is The Dark Knight.
I didn't even have to wait.
Right.
I
All
I know
right.
someone was going to do it in the first round.
Like,
Dark Knight.
yeah, it's a decent film.
Not only is it a decent film on itself, for what it tried to do with the superhero genre is just worthy of it. It made the Best Picture nominees expand from 5 to whatever we have now, a bunch of them, because it wasn't nominated before. So, and of course, it has one of the most iconic performances of all time. Dark Knight, number 1.
Of course, he's talking about Michael Caine as Alfred.
He
Most
was
iconic.
All right. Well, that brings us to the end of round 1. Tony, can we get a recap of all the picks thus far?
Let's bring this bad boy up. Okay, so I went first, and I went with Punch Drunk Love. Then Jeff went second, and he went with Shawshank Redemption. Cameron third with Social Network. Brian fourth with Infinity War, Avengers Infinity War, I should say. And then Jacoby fifth, The Dark Knight.
Which one of these is not like the other?
Joseph's comment.
Just giving you shit, Tony. All right. We are off to the
Thank
races
you,
on
Joseph.
this one. 20 minutes for round one. That's pretty fast for us thus far.
know.
Yeah, we're moving right along. Jacoby, kick off round two.
All right, so now I have to be strategic. I have to choose a movie that may not be on the next one on my list, but I think might go if I don't have time because it's going to be a while before I go again. This movie has it all. It is everything you can want in a movie. It is a romance. It is a comedy. It is an adventure film. It is
Let
one
me try
of
to predict this.
the best movies of all time. It is The Princess Bride.
That was my next pick,
I
you bastard.
I was trying to catch it real quick from it.
That is a great
Yeah.
choice. Wow.
That was my next pick.
Damn it.
Nice selection, Jacoby. Endlessly quotable movie.
Endlessly quotable.
And you're right, it does have it all.
One of Rob Reiner's best out of a career of great movies. It is everything you want. Number
There's a
two.
better Rob Reiner movie that I might draft later.
Yeah, I've got another
Definitely
one.
not gonna keep referencing the same one film.
But just a quick question: The Dark Knight versus The Princess Bride. Who wins in a fight?
Oh.
The actual people or the
Like,
Is there iocane
like, are we
powder
talking
involved?
like are we talking Batman versus? I
Wesley.
think actually
sure.
because you're saying
Yeah,
the Princess
that's right.
Bride.
Right
That means
versus-
that it is Buttercup.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe Buttercup
So I'm
versus
gonna take
Batman.
Batman
Hey.
on that one.
Buttercup.
Is Andre the Giant still alive for this thing?
Yeah.
Can he
well,
tag him in?
Princess
It's
Bride.
not- Andre and
the cast,
Buttercup versus-
It's just the
Yeah.
titular character.
Yeah.
So it is
Well, Andre would be
Batman
fighting Heath
versus
Ledger.
Buttercup.
Well,
I forgot what bride meant before I said that. I'm an idiot.
All
Yeah,
right, so first pick, second round, The Princess Bride. That brings us all the way back over to Brian.
Okay, I want to redo my first round pick and take Princess Bride then instead of my second pick because that sucks. All right. I'm gonna follow up Jacoby's first pick of Dark Knight and go with Batman and Robin. No, I'm kidding.
He said it. It's too late. He said it.
Still, like,
No. You know what? I am going to get one of the best family films of all time, one of the best animated films of all time, and the only version of this story that exists. 1994's The Lion King.
Lion King.
very good.
yeah.
Low-key love Rafiki.
It is the best of the Disney movies, especially the Disney Renaissance, and the only one with 3 words. So I'm just saying.
The Little Mermaid.
I'll give him my next pick.
Boom.
But
Kind of agree with Cameron, but I'm kind of partial to Ariel. So
And there is no
Oh,
live
I'm
action.
just arguing
version.
that it has 3 words.
Live action.
Yeah, live
that's
action.
true.
There is no live action version.
I gotta say, my favorite character in The Lion King, I gotta go Rafiki. A lot of people go Pumbaa, whatever, it's Timon, but yeah, I gotta go Rafiki.
I
It's
don't
my
want to
favorite.
talk about.
Can we shut up my
Pumbaa.
boy Zazu, please?
Also, Timon is the best character.
Yeah, well,
Wrong.
to each their own.
Who voices him, Tony? In the new one.
In the new one?
Screw you.
so spiteful. All right, we've got The Lion King from Brian. That brings us to Cameron.
More like the Brian King, am I right?
Heyo.
That's a good one.
I'm torn. Okay, I went for a new movie. Now I'm gonna go for something older. We got The Social Network, a movie that takes place in a lot of locations over a lot of time. Now I'm going for a movie that takes place in a single room for about an hour. Yeah, Jacoby, that's right. 12 Angry Men,
God damn
baby.
That's
Yeah.
a good one.
That's a good pick.
One of the greatest scripts ever written. Fantastic acting performances all around. I knew it was gonna be going soon. Had to scoop it up right now.
I would have picked it next.
It was on my list
This
higher.
is why I put you last, Jacoby.
Well, yeah,
I
good
used to be
movie.
Joseph Happy
Before
in
the
the chat.
draft begins.
Yeah, good movie. Endlessly parodied. Amy Schumer did a parody of it. I think there was
Hey,
a parody of
no,
it on
we
Veronica
don't-
Mars.
BoJack
Tony's
Horseman
familiar with
had a
that.
joke about it, like an all-female reboot called like 11 Angry Women, and they asked, "What about the 12th one?" It's like you got to leave room for a sequel. So
Well, no, Jacoby, he's
That's
picking
smart.
the Ving Rhames version that came out in straight to TV.
Perfect.
Excellent.
No. No, thank you. No.
Jack Lemmon, yeah.
All right,
Right,
so
so-
we've got 12 Angry Men is off of the board. Jeff, hope that wasn't your next pick.
Oh my goodness, is Kirk actually approving of the things I've
I
done?
was about to say, Kirk saying, Jacoby, you should have taken this of your other 2 picks.
Am I like repairing the endless hate between Kirk Kalagowski and I?
See, Jacoby could have taken that. I could have had Princess Bride. The whole world would be right. Come on.
If I just did that first, that would have been great. No,
Yeah.
I needed Princess Bride.
Man.
I needed that one.
Let's see. So I'm gonna since we've already dipped into the fandoms, I'm gonna throw another one up there, and I'm going with this one because, well, I think it's the only one with 3 words in the title, so it's got that going for it, and I think it's also the reason that The Return of the King won so much stuff because this one did not, and that's The Two Towers.
Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers.
Yeah.
Does the stuff before the colon count?
Yeah.
Full title.
I think so. I think
Sadly,
so.
because that means that's why we can't do Star Wars.
But guys, if you give it to him and he can't take your movies.
Man, oh man. Well,
True.
that takes a couple off my list. Hold on, let me
Yeah,
rebound
gotcha.
real quick.
No worries.
No, it's
No
well-
worries.
Well, as you're doing that, we'll just quickly say, just gone through. So, Princess Bride for Jacoby, The Lion King from Brian, and 12 Angry Men from Cameron. So, 3 kind of different films.
3 very different films.
I'd say so.
If you had to rank them in what people should watch first, if they've not watched any of them, what would you choose?
Princess Bride first. Princess Bride first, for sure.
Absolutely.
Hey,
That is
Jacoby,
what
no,
you
you
want.
don't get to agree just because it's your pick.
I'm just saying it makes sense for the pick. If you're watching it as like a kid, you're gonna love it. If you watch 12 Angry Men when you're like 10 years old, you're just gonna be like, well, what is this movie?
Like,
I don't understand. You'll love Princess Bride at any age.
As a person who recently got called for jury duty, 12 Angry Men is essential viewing.
Yeah.
I managed to get an exemption from it, but still.
Did
And I'm
you
pretty
watch
sure Caleb Boatman was watching 12 Angry Men when he was 10 years old.
I was about to say he was watching it last week. So
It came out when he was 10 years old.
All right, I think I know what I'm going to go with next.
Okay.
All right. No worries.
And this is one I was going to
Or
save
the
for
rest
a
of your
little
day.
bit later. Let me just check and make sure there's no colon in it and nothing before the colon. I'm going to actually go with Toy Story 3.
Three. All right.
I think it's one of the best of the Pixar movies ever, and it's got 3 words in the title, and there's no preamble before the title, I think it's definitely one of Pixar's classics.
For
Can we
sure.
please
For
pull up
sure.
Joseph's
Cried
comment?
my eyes out.
I
It
did
does
too.
have a subtitle. It's Toy Story 3, the last one worth watching.
Oh crap! Now I got to pick another one.
Yeah.
3's a number, not a word.
All right, we'll take 12 Angry Men off you then.
No, too late. My pick is locked.
But Toy Story 3, as I say this wearing a Toy Story shirt, 3 is probably the best one.
I didn't realize you were wearing a Sid shirt.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm wearing PCU Whooping Crane shirt, if anyone knows that one.
I have War Games myself.
Hey.
I got a shirt from some
Wild
music
berries!
artist that I
Wild
saw.
berries, wild berries.
Wild berries. Now that we've gotten a wardrobe check on anyone
And my
wanna-
underwear is... No, I'm just kidding.
Fruit
My
Loom.
underoos.
And that's the best thing about these is you don't have to wear pants because no one
That's
knows.
true. That's true.
Too much information.
I guarantee you someone has.
He's
played a
not just
family
shaving his
match
head,
without
folks.
Pants on, and by I guarantee you, I mean I've probably done it.
Well, I've heard stories of people doing it pantless stream and then having to grab something and just be like,
That's why you cam off.
That's,
All
That's why
right.
you have one
Anyways.
You only get off when your mom walks into the
I was
bathroom.
about to say the same thing.
Oh,
Hey, I take care of my own laundry. Thank you very much.
bite me, Bancroft.
all right. Well,
Tony make a pick.
I was gonna say I think we've bought Tony enough time. Tony, you are up for your round 2 pick.
Okay, so my first one off my spin around, I am going to go with, I'm going to go with a person that we spoke about off camera. Well, before the
The
stream, I
Last
should say.
Airbender, yeah.
The Last Airbender, the greatest film of all time. No, this is the film that put two actors on the map with fantastic writing. They won the Oscar for Best Original Screenplay for it. It's one of the best written movies. It's probably Robin Williams' greatest role of all time. Good Will Hunting.
Good Will Hunting.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say Dumb and Dumber until you got to Robin Williams.
You know, Tony, every time I come on stream, I look across the screen and I just hope you won't be there. To paraphrase the film.
I may not know much, but I know that.
People who haven't seen the movie are just like, man, Cameron's mean to him.
Here's the mean.
Vote for me in the fan league personality bracket. Jacoby's a chump.
Well, I will say that Good Will Hunting is one of the few movies I saw in the theaters multiple times. It's always a rarity when I do that, and Good Will Hunting was one of them. So I approve of this pick, Tony. Good pick. Better than your first pick, I think. But hey.
Just quickly in the chat, it's not my fault.
It's not your fault. Not your fault. Not your fault.
But yeah, it's just. I know.
God, Kurt just hates everything.
You know things are bad when, like,
If you ever
I
known
appear to
Kurt,
be
then
winning
yes,
and
he
Kurt
hates
dies.
everything.
Yeah.
Okay. But I think Good Will Hunting is one of the most fantastic dramas out there, and it was absolutely royally snubbed at the Oscars. They didn't win Best Picture.
What did it lose to that year? Titanic?
97.
Oh, Titanic.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think Titanic deserves it over Good Will Hunting.
Titanic, 3 words. Lock it in.
Hyphens.
Tits
Wait,
and
I can do
it.
this now.
We're going words, not syllables, guys.
James Cameron.
Blooper reel.
So we will let it out.
I only can change it myself. It's falling apart.
That is going on the highlight reel, Brian. We make a sizzle reel for this one. That's going on there for sure.
I was wondering
No,
how
I'm
you
just
do
unbalanced.
that. I thought you just switch out posters every time, but you just stack them.
He's just like.
Well, no, normally I'm hanging out, but then like one time during the match, somebody asked about. Somebody mentioned Desperado during something, so I grabbed that off the wall and put it here, and then it just. Yeah.
Antonio
Kind of
Banderas.
snowballed into a thing.
All right, let's quickly do a recap whilst.
Yeah.
And then
Might as well.
so I'm thinking of my next one. So Jacoby went first with The Princess Bride. Brian went second for this round with Lion King. Of course, the 94, not the remake. Dave Goodger, you're an idiot for thinking that's better. 12 Angry Men for Cameron for his second pick. Jeff went for Toy Story 3, and I went with Good Will Hunting.
And then Tony, you kick off round 3 with your third pick.
I do pick round 3, so
What's Tony gonna do?
I'm gonna go with one that I know I'm gonna get slack for because
Punch Drunk Love 2, Punch Harder.
yeah.
That's 5
Puncher,
words.
drunker, lover.
I'm gonna go for one.
I
of the
said no camels. That's 5 camels. Sorry.
I'm gonna continue the pattern that I did with my last pick of choosing one with a full name in the title. I'm gonna pick one of the best romantic comedies from the 2000s, and although it's not directed by Judd Apatow, it's probably his greatest work as a producer.
That would
No,
be-
it can't be this one.
It's Tony. It could be this one.
Why? Which one are you thinking?
Well, let's see.
This is 40?
It's not. This is 40.
I'm trying to think of 3-word title.
2008.
He's just a producer, though.
He's just a producer,
It's. I think. Okay.
and you see Jason Segel's dick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Oh.
Okay. All right. It's Tony's list. Tony's allowed to pick
That
what
it
he wants.
is.
I love forgetting Sarah
I
Marshall.
don't know why I'm getting mad.
It's
at
up here on
Tony,
my wall.
'cause him
Again,
thinking like that
probably
means
would have
that
been there in
I
round
can
5,
do
dude.
I know, but I've not got another pick for like 10 rounds, and I got to do 2 at that time. So,
Let's
but
forget
I just
Sarah.
think Forgetting Sarah Marshall is one of the best romantic comedies of that era, and it just works so well. Jason Segel's fantastic in it.
I do like the movie. I do.
Yeah.
Mila Kunis is probably one of her finest roles. Kristen Bell as a bitch. She's like, I rewatched it recently because after The Good Place, I was just on a binge of just Give Me Everything Bell,
That's what they're similar.
and it still ranks up. Plus, it's got Russell Brand in it, being Russell Brand. So
It's like the only good Russell Brand movie. I think it's like his only good role. Anything else, I think he's too much in.
But what about the remake of Arthur?
Are you counting Hop? I like Hop.
I was going to say Arthur isn't that bad. Him and Helen Mirren in it are great together.
I was being sarcastic.
I know, but I'm being
take my
serious.
sarcasm and turn it into a legitimate opinion, Tony.
Actually, I like Rock of Ages too. Just saying.
See, and
You can pick it. You can pick it.
I could pick
You
it.
can pick it.
I
I won't
won't,
stop
but I could.
you.
That's true.
No, Brian, don't pick that one.
Yeah, I guess Paul Rudd's Kunu in it is fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So,
All the side
Oh,
characters
thank
in that movie are just great. Like,
That's
I love every single one.
Agreed.
It's a great
Totally
ensemble
agreed.
cast. And also
My favorite character
vampire
is the
opera.
puppet of Dracula. Yeah.
Yes.
Vampire opera. Die, die, die.
I
I
got
got
A puppet vampire.
Okay.
Okay.
And just quickly go from the chat. Kirk, Tony's pick would be great mid-team picks if you're doing top 20.
I can't tell if he means like a top 20 overall, or if we were drafting 20 each.
I think if we were drafting 20
Yeah, I get
each.
that one.
And then
That'd
Garth,
be long.
yeah, we're going to put that down on the list. Comedians in serious roles.
I'm sure we can find 25.
Number
I was
one,
about to say
Adam
that
Sandler as Jill in Jack and Jill.
That's three. You can
And
pick.
yeah,
Number two, Tyler Perry, all of them.
yeah, to anyone in the chat, if you have ideas for something that a topic that you'd like to see, feel free to message either me or Tony, or put a comment in the chat or something.
Yeah.
We'll get to it eventually, because we're always looking for topics. As long as you can draft 25 of them, it qualifies. It counts. So
Absolutely.
you got a good idea.
5
Bring
movies
it
you
to
can
us.
force the community to watch.
Wow.
Number one, Jack and Jill.
Ooh,
I am here to torture.
All
not so
right.
sure about that.
Moving
One.
on.
All right,
Yeah.
let's get this draft rolling. Jeff, your third
All right.
overall pick.
Okay, I'm gonna just because this is still on the list, I'm gonna go ahead and go with it. I'm a big World War II fan. Well, not of the war, but of the movies about it. And
My second favorite war.
and I got to say, like this year really gave me, and this is kind of weird because a lot of people probably don't think of it this way, but this year actually, or maybe it was the end of last year, gave us what is now my favorite World War II movie, and that's about a kid named Jojo. But one came out a few years ago that kind of changed the game with the World War II movies as far as like the grittiness and the reality, and it really like put you on the beach on D-Day. And that was a little movie by a fellow named Steven Spielberg called Saving Private Ryan.
Nice.
Yep. Yeah, you guessed. Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Had that right. Excellent pick, Jeff.
You got that at a
If I
steal.
do say so.
Yeah.
I know. I'm surprised it was
For
still on
sure.
there, honestly.
Yeah, that was gonna be my round to pick this time too. So I played this
Good.
game horribly.
Keep depriving Brian. I put Brian exactly in the draft order.
You really
where I
did.
needed to put Brian.
It doesn't matter where you put me. I would have picked badly. I'm not a draft guy, so
Oh,
But no,
that's-
you're right. It just puts you right there on the beach at Normandy. Just like when like
Yeah.
you go silent for a second, and then just the close up on Tom Hanks's face. Oh, God, couldn't
Yeah,
even imagine. So
Yeah, it
Hats off to
definitely
anyone who's
changed.
listening.
It kind of changed the movies about World War II after that. They kind of all went for that kind of grittiness and trying to put you right into the mix.
hmm and just the cast of characters that's in that movie. I mean, you've got Vin Diesel, Giovanni Ribisi, Ed Burns. It's Oh,
that
what's,
might be a 7 Degrees or Less of Kevin Bacon.
Oh, it's an
movie
excellent
sometime.
one for
Yeah.
that purpose. That and when Once Upon a Time in Hollywood came out, I'm like, oh, that just opened up a whole bunch of holes.
Oh yeah,
Anywho, so yeah, we've got Saving Private
I've
Ryan.
never been a fan of Saving Private Ryan. I love the actual D-Day stuff. That first 30 minutes is fantastic, and I always feel it just goes off a cliff after that 30 minutes.
it changes. It's like a different movie,
Right.
but yeah,
Yeah.
that first part of it is like what sucks you in and keeps your butt in the seats, I think.
For sure. Part I hate is Adam Goldberg, where they run out of ammo and they just start throwing their pistols at each other, and all of a sudden they're fighting with knives and sorry, that part just always makes my skin crawl. Anywho, moving on. Cameron, your third round pick.
Yes, so I've got 2 dramas, and I'm going to pick a third one, but it's not just a drama, it is a sci-fi film as well. Set in a near dystopian future one of the greatest directed, one of the most visually brilliant, incredibly written films. I'm going with Children of Men.
Have not seen it yet. I will put it on my to-do list, though.
It's good. It's good.
Adding it to it now, actually. It's my page.
Yeah, good pick. But your draft is all very similar movies. You got to mix it up.
Who says?
Hey.
I don't say that. Yeah.
I'm winning.
Children.
I just watched this movie again to study for our match, and it really is a great movie.
Canon, Jacoby hates children and hates men. Boo.
Well, I'd chime in on it, but I haven't seen it.
It's Alfonso Cuarón. It's one of his the first ones that really got him big, and it's like I'll say apart from Gravity, that's my favorite one of his.
I think it's my favorite.
Really not taking Prisoner of Azkaban.
No, because there's a colon in there, and there's Harry Potter words before it.
No, I'm saying when it comes to your favorite Cuarón film.
I like it, but I just like those two better. It's like it goes those three, Great Expectations, then massive list down the list. Roma, Y2 Mame, Bien.
Yeah, Roma bored me to tears. Yeah. But I understand.
Well, it's only one word, so it doesn't matter here.
Yeah, it count. Roma.
That is very true. That is very true. Getting back to the movies with 3-word titles, Brian, your third pick.
I kind of want to just steal one from Cameron, but I don't know if it makes my top 5, so I don't know.
Dude, I dare you.
You know what? For right now, I got modern film in. I got something from the 90s. Let's go a little bit farther back. I need to have one at least kind of classic movie on my hands. I'm going to go back to let's go back to one of Al Pacino's best roles in Dog Day Afternoon.
God, no! You want
That's good. Yeah.
It was gonna be my pick, but I didn't want to seem like I was just pandering to Kirk.
No, I mean I'm not a big Pacino fan, but in generally speaking, I mean he's fine in a lot of movies, but I'm not like a big fan of his. But really, I like this movie, not just his performance, but everybody in it. It's just such a well-made movie from top to bottom. The whole cast, and it's good. The story is great, and it's one of those I go back to at least once every year or two to watch again. So.
Interesting. And unfortunately, another one I have yet to see.
Oh, it's good.
So yeah, that one's going on the list too.
That was in the 70s, just that peak era of Al Pacino just pulling out classics every year. Mm-hmm. And it's nice. And Kirk is now in the chat, just finally content with life. That is his favorite one.
Oh wait! If Kirk approves of my pick, I have to change.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got
actually. Let's just quickly. There we are. Kirk in the chat. His pick finally.
Oh, good to know that's Kirk when that screen name comes up. I didn't realize.
Yeah.
Good to know. All right, Jacoby, finish out round 3 for us.
I will indeed. Let's see. I want to go with an animated movie. And I think this is one of the greatest standalone animated movies of all time. It has so much heart. It stands the test of time. It was made by a director who would direct also some Pixar movies and one of the best Mission Impossible movies. I am going with The Iron Giant.
Oh, wow. The Iron Giant. Not what I was expecting. I thought you were going to veer a whole other way.
You're talking, Cam, you're muted.
I thought you were going to take the movie Brian was alluding to when he said he could hurt me.
Yeah. I was just thinking about it, and it's just, I think it's a movie that works on almost every single level, even though it's, an animated movie. It's one that you could watch again and again. Mm-hmm. And just still makes you feel and still hits you, right there. So that's why Iron Giant takes my pick.
You guys are on a roll for movies that I have yet to see.
You haven't seen Iron Giant?
You need to.
I've never seen
it. Watch it now.
The main character's name is Hogarth, and that's all you need to know.
Yeah. Let's take about an hour and a half break so you can watch it.
Yeah.
It is an essential movie.
Hey, if it's available on one of my streaming services, I'll watch it tonight.
Vin Diesel voices a robot.
And I say you said you like Groot, so you'll like it here with
Yeah.
I'm doing the voice of the giant.
All right.
Iron Giant
Good
always
to
goes.
know.
Iron Giant always never gets talked about because it's not a Toy Story, it's not a Pixar film, it's not a Disney film, it's not a DreamWorks film, but it's always been that class of just like, here's the greatest animated films of all time. Here you go, Snow White, Iron Giant, blah blah blah.
Mhm.
So, all right. So that concludes round 3.
That
Tony.
doesn't- So let's pull this list up. Okay, so for the third round, I went first, and I went with the classic Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Jeff went second, and he went Saving Private Ryan. I get to editorialize. This is my show.
Not seeing
Part
any
show.
sort of list on the screen.
You know,
Nope.
it should be.
You just stretch your window out there.
There we are.
There we are. Okay, Cameron went third, so I went first against Sarah Marshall this round. Jeff went second with Saving Private Ryan. Cameron third with Children of Men. Brian went fourth for Dog Day Afternoon, and then Jacoby just then The Iron Giant.
I just realized I picked 2 movies that end with the word men.
I am.
Oh, mine.
Yeah. Would not have noticed that had you not said otherwise. All right. Kicking off round 4. Jacoby. What you got?
All right, so The Iron Giant and in some ways Prince Bride kind of cap off all my feel-good movies, so I don't need any more feel-good movies, even though there are a lot of them that I was thinking about. So I'm not going to go any more feel-good movies. This one, actually, I probably need a ruling of if it counts as a 3-word title because I was torn about this. It's a crime movie. It is one of the best written scripts of all time. I think it just of 3 characters navigating the seedy underworld of Los Angeles. It is L.A. Confidential, and that's what I need a ruling if that counts as 2 words, as 3 words.
I think it does because even if it'd be Los Angeles Confidential.
Yeah, Los Angeles, California.
Yeah, but
That's,
it's not.
if it's too controversial, I can take it out and I can pick something else. Like if it's
But LA is not a word, so
Tony?
each letter must be its own word. It's not law.
yeah, L.A. Confidential. That's
Right.
right.
Tony, what
was-
you think?
I would say yes, but I would say also they would have to be everyone has to agree.
You know what? Let him take it. Let him take it. You know what? I don't know why I'm going to argue with this. Let him take
Well,
a
I mean,
movie that's
the
not on
word the
my
word isn't
list.
law, so they're definitely separate words. Yeah.
Yeah, there's dots in there.
Give it to him. It's not on my list, so he can have it.
All right, Jacoby. Approved.
I approve, sweet. Because I just think there's because a lot of my movies, I got a superhero movie, I got an action, I got like a romance fantasy film, I got a great animated heartfelt movie. I need something that just works on a character drama gritty level, and that's why I love LA Confidential. I think it is an amazing script and how it has it services all the characters so well in such different ways. So even though Kim Basinger probably should not have won for her role in it, I still think it is a great movie. So LA Confidential.
LA Confidential.
Pronounced
All
Basinger.
right.
Yeah, I was about to say, I thought it was Passenger.
What did I say?
Basinger.
Oh, is it? What is it? How do you pronounce it? How do you say it?
Basinger.
Basinger. Oh, well, she shouldn't have won.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Anyone else?
Never
Nope.
seen
No
it.
takers. No takers on LA Confidential. All right, Brian. Your turn.
I don't even know where to go from here. I don't think anything I have left on my list is in danger of being taken. Just a matter of what I want to put on there.
I feel like you might be
All
surprised.
right. So what do I got? A comic book movie. I got an animated. I got a drama. Let's go for a comedy. I need a comedy. I need some holiday viewing in there, and just can't go Christmas without watching A Christmas Story. I'm gonna take that. As I hang with my friend.
Christmas Story. Not even in my top 10 Christmas movies, but to each their own.
Yeah, no, this is one of my favorite Christmas movies, and as far as the 3-word titles, of course, it's the top one. But again, I didn't think anything I have left on my list is in danger of being taken, so I'm just gonna take it to balance out my list and have a holiday one on there. So there you go.
Yeah.
Because you guys already stole everything I wanted.
This is why you make a bigger draft board.
It's an
I
interesting.
haven't seen this movie in years, even though TBS plays it every Christmas. Like even because it's on 24/7, I just like I don't get around to watching it.
You know what's odd is like I love this movie. I've always loved this movie, but ever since they started doing that, where they play it like August, it actually makes me watch it less because it's just kind of always there, and it's almost kind of taken away from the movie. But it's kind of like, you know, when a movie gets a lot of hype and you start getting sick of it, you got to separate the hype from the movie itself. And I just really love the movie. So.
Yeah, this was like you don't do it as much now because like we're in a different age. But when you used to use your clicker a lot and just go through the channels, this is one of those around Christmas time. If you hit it, you'd often find yourself staying there and sticking around for a little while because you can jump into it at any point in the movie and it's pretty good. But
that's fair.
We live in a digital age now, so
this movie has benefited so much from nostalgia, and I don't like it.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat.
It's not nostalgia. It's a good movie.
It's
No.
Christmas.
Well, I have nostalgia for it, but it's still a good movie. Yes.
No.
There you go.
Christmas will have a weird
so-
thing where they don't translate over here well. So like, It's a Wonderful Life barely has ever had any love over here. The Christmas Story I watched like 2 years ago. It's fine. It does the job of a Christmas film, but it's like if you compare it to stuff like Elf or Love Actually, just like nah.
Yeah.
Give me a man-child elf for any day of the week.
Yeah. See, I don't get a love for Elf myself, but that's just me.
Different strokes for different folks. All right, Cameron, your fourth
Hi.
round pick.
There's a lot of films from my draft board still on my list, which I wasn't necessarily expecting, but because of the 27 films I put, only 11 have been taken so far. But I feel like I gotta go with my heart, and also pick a fantastic.
Always a good plan.
Movie. So I've got a drama, and get ready, guys. It's another drama. But it's not just a drama. It's also a musical.
Oh,
I'm going with the Best Picture winner, West Side Story.
Wow.
Andrew Barr's now a happy man.
Andrew
It's a
Barr's
bold
not-
strategy, Cotton.
I think it's a brilliant film. I think the story's fantastic. It's the only good version of Romeo and Juliet ever made, except for my 5th round pick, which will be Nomeo and Juliet. Don't you dare try and steal it from me. No, West Side Story is fantastic, and I had to put it on this list.
I enjoy it. I think I just watched it for the first time, like last year. I think is the first time I saw it, and I was just like, "This is good." But I think my expectations were too high from it being hyped up.
yeah, I know of it. I've never seen it.
I really love it. It's definitely dated as far as the style of musical it is. So I can see somebody coming to it now might not enjoy it as much.
Yeah.
But I do love the story. I disagree wholeheartedly with what he said about being the only good version of Romeo and Juliet, but that's just me.
If you're about to say Baz
But yeah,
Luhrmann,
I have no
I'm
problem. This
gonna-
actually was on my short list. I would have drafted it eventually. So
Also, it's getting remade this year. Steven Spielberg's directing it, so it's
I'm
gonna.
very curious to see that.
Who's the girl? It's Ansel Elgort and
it's some girl they found on like YouTube. Basically.
Yes, she got viral a couple of times, and then just like, here's a gig.
But yeah, if you like her stuff, she's got an excellent singing voice.
I'm sure.
Her name is Rachel Zegler.
Yeah, that's it.
I still think In the Heights will be the better musical this year.
I fully agree with you, and if it was out, it would be on my list. Am I allowed to draft films that haven't come out yet?
Yeah, but we come back retroactively, and if it's bad,
Yeah. Then you,
Nope, you're stuck with it. It's bad.
We'll fix
no,
it.
if it's bad, we just pull you up and just berate you for like half an hour.
That works too. All right, Jeff, you are up with your 4th round pick.
All right. Well, I think I'm gonna go with a comedy on this one. It is, and it's also an ensemble. It may be a little divisive. I know a lot of people really like it, and some people are kind of indifferent about it. But it's one of them Coen Brothers flicks, and it's one of my favorites. And because Raising Arizona only has 2 words in the title, I'm gonna go with the Big Lebowski.
Big Lebowski. All right.
that's a good pick. That was up there for me. That was a good one.
And that's another
Good
one if we were still in channel clicking days, that's when I could stop on anytime.
This was Chance Ellison's pick in the Cool Guy Chat channel for best three-word movie title. I've never liked this film.
Yeah, well, I know it's not for everybody.
Yeah, I love it. I think I love it more every time I watch it. But I can understand why people don't.
It's
I think
not the three-word Coen Brothers film I would have picked.
I'm trying to think of the three-word one. The Hoodsucker Proxy.
No.
I like that one too. I will take Coen Brothers comedies over their dramas any day. I don't really care for the dramas much.
I would have taken Inside Llewyn Davis, but it's not going to be my last pick. So.
Fair.
Can't want to pick Burn After Reading.
Wait, that's a great movie. I love Burn After
Yeah,
Reading.
Burn After Reading. There was also one I
love
was
it so much.
thinking that they produced that might appear on someone's list. But
No one here is
Okay,
picking Bridge of Spies, if
definitely.
that's what you're saying.
yeah, I was going to say Bridge of
Tony, your
Spies.
spelling's atrocious. Just want to tell you.
I have. All right, let me get
The Big Lebowski. You put Confidential. Come on.
Okay. It doesn't do.
I don't
LED.
judge people on their spelling because I can't spell either.
Plenty of other reasons to judge them. Yes.
Well, Tony, while
Okay.
you're fixing your spelling errors, you are also up next.
Okay, so it's my final two picks. Lebowski. Lebowski. That's the film that I want to see. I want to see a French archer skiing. Lebowski.
Starring that one guy who's in The Artist who got really famous and then dropped off the face of the earth.
Yeah. All right. So my first pick for my final two. To be fair, I did watch The Artist. That was going to be number 6 for my Best Picture winners if we had that. This one. Do I go?
Always tough at the end.
Yeah. I know one for definite. But I'm good. All right. I'm going to go for one. It's such a fun film. It's just warm and enjoyable every time you watch it. Like, maybe we were making straight eyes, but we were stuck in the dumb days. Don't need much to memorize your lines. Feel like I've been hypnotized. I'm going to School of Rock. Hypnotized. School of Rock.
Validated.
That was on there for my list of comedies that
I considered it, but
Jack Black at his finest. The work with the children is incredible. Richard Linklater does a fantastic job directing it. It's just a fun flick.
I agree. I mean, I have nothing bad to say about School of Rock. I almost picked it.
I love me some Richard Linklater, that's for damn sure.
I think it's the only Linklater film that I actually would go and say I love.
I always forget he directed that. I think
There-
I'm
Yeah,
I definitely thought a
it's
different
definitely
three-word
a
Linklater
departure.
film was going to get picked.
yeah.
I know what you're thinking.
Yeah.
Would
it's
have
not gonna
made
be
my
picked by me.
list.
Actually, you know what? There are 2 other three-word Linklater films that I think might have gotten picked.
I'll have to think about that for a while. But while I think about that, Tony can give us a recap of round 4.
Unless
I
I'm
can.
confused about who directed the things.
I can indeed. Okay, so Jacoby went first and he went with LA Confidential, so that's Los Angeles Confidential. I probably spelled that wrong. Brian then went with Christmas Story. Cameron went with West Side Story. Jeff went with Big Lebowski. And I went School of Rock.
All right. Not a bad round overall. Still trying to think of the other 3-word Linklater, but don't tell me until after we're already done.
Yeah, I can only think of one.
Yeah, me too.
I Googled it and I guess, okay, maybe. Okay.
Because
All
I'm
right.
like, my favorite trilogy, that's all 2 words.
Yeah, Brian.
Anyways.
Brian, I think has the second one.
Well, I'll figure it out later. Tony, your
Yeah.
5th and final.
No, you
pick
can
to
keep
round out
arguing
your-
about Linklater films. Go on, keep going.
If only the 4 series had 3 words, if only. Then I would have made sure I drafted today.
There's one that I feel I have to choose because of just Britishness. But I want to throw a curveball in.
Can't
I
you
wanna-
do both?
No.
There's no British curveballs?
I don't think I'll say it once you guys are done. But the one that I want to throw in is an animated film that I watched in the last 24 hours, and it is delightful. It has no story. I'll tell you that for free. It's a weird, and there's some weird scenes in it.
Oh, I know which one. That's just on my list. I almost picked this one for my animated one.
Hang on, let me write down what I think you might be saying. Hang on.
However, it's a delightful film. It's just so charming, and it's just a delight to watch. And it has two of the best animal characters. Well, animalish characters.
I guess.
All right, what's your guess?
I guessed Alice in Wonderland.
No, that would be a bad choice, probably. I did kind of send you down the wrong path.
Just pick
it,
You said there's some.
When I said animated, I meant anime. My Neighbor Totoro.
Anime. Okay, gotcha.
That's a good movie. It was
That
so
is a
I
really
almost
good
picked that
choice.
over.
It's on my board.
I know. It was either Iron Giant or My Neighbor Totoro, because it's a beautiful movie.
I like that Brian he went off sick.
We're all disgusted for different reasons.
Yeah, there you go.
I just loved it. It was just such a
Another one to
delightful
add to
film.
my
That's
list.
a good one. That's a good one.
And granted, I did watch it with the Dakota Fanning and Elle Fanning dubbed version, and didn't watch it subtitles. So I'm a pessimist. I am a cinephile. I'm not a true cinephile. I deserve to be shamed for that, but it's just so good.
I gotta say, I'm loving this draft. I'm getting so many movies that I get to put on my to watch list. I haven't seen this one. But yeah, I love it when that happens, because if you guys love it, then I'm pretty sure I'm going to at least enjoy it. So
Yeah, a lot of good ones. A lot of good ones so far.
Absolutely. And just quickly, whilst we give Jeff a chance to think, so Garth McMurray in the chat, nice pick, thank you. Joseph Alvarez, really charming, and
Kirk being Grouch Old Man.
Way too many cartoons. We all have one cartoon.
I don't yet.
Oh, you don't
It was
have
not a rule.
the drama.
For the record, it was not a rule. They just happened.
Brian knows that if there's a cartoon I'm gonna pick, I think he knows which one I'm gonna pick.
Oh, I think
if he
everyone
wants
knows.
to hurt me, he can steal it right now. Oh no, he can't. I picked before him. Never mind.
Yeah, so unless
Jeff
Jeff
could steal it, so if Brian wants to tell Jeff, so
No,
I'm going to
that's
trade
okay.
up in the draft for a first pick next season.
yeah.
All right. I think I know what I'm going to go with
You guys keep
next.
breaking up on me.
I think I know what I'm going to go with here. I'm going to go back into the fandoms. And I'm pretty sure this one works. We had some of the superhero films earlier. I'm going to get one from my childhood. And it's probably the one. I mean, you could say that a lot of movies like kind of got us to where we are now with superhero movies, but this is the one that I really feel like kind of started it all. And the effects don't all hold up today, but at the time it did make you believe a man can fly. And I'm going to go with Superman the movie.
Nice.
Superman the movie.
And I had a lot of like personal favorites on here that I didn't put on that I didn't choose, but we're gonna
We'll
go
cover
with that
that
one.
at the end.
There's a lot of
We'll
guilty
cover
pleasures left on my list.
Yeah.
We'll go over what was remaining on the board once we're done. So you get to name a few of them.
Jeff has a great list. I think he has a great, well-rounded, everything represented, just all great movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Superman the movie is
Thank
just
you.
I would have to concur.
it hasn't aged perfectly just because
No.
of the effects, but the story behind it. If they
Mhm.
if they legitimately just remade that word for word, it would be better than
Oh, yeah.
anything DC's done recently.
Yeah, it's like I said, I think it holds up like story wise, it's one of the better of the DC movies of all time, I think.
Mhm.
And it kind of
Hard to
started
get the score.
and it kind of got us to where we are now with all the great like MCU stuff.
That John Williams score.
Mhm.
I got to see him conduct the Chicago Symphony Orchestra, and he did the Superman whatever concerto, whatever it's called,
Nice.
and it was awesome. But yeah, all right. Superman the movie completes Jeff's list. Next is Cameron. What you got for your fifth and final pick?
Yeah, I'm between three.
I've already wrote it.
I'm not picking that one. As much as my heart wants to, I'm not.
He's kicked off Team 19.
Yeah.
I'm not kicked off Team 19. I picked The Social Network first. And plus I
buys him
picked
at
12
least a
Angry
week.
Men, which is Boatman's like favorite movie.
Mhm.
I literally picked Boatman's like 2 favorite movies as my first 2 picks. Like
Yeah, he's gonna
I'm
pick you.
solid.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go with this one.
He needs an animated movie.
I don't.
Just to piss off Kirk. I do love how
cartoons.
I will say, Kirk, like there are good animated movies that adults can like. One of them is the movie that we all know that I want to put, but I'm not gonna do it, and I hate that I can't. But I'm going with a recent release that is I would say it's like a comedy, but it's a very like dark. It's got very dark tones. Probably more accurately would say a dramedy. It's also a romance film.
It's The Baby Driver, right?
The Baby Driver. But I'm going with a film based on a true story starring the man it actually happened to. I'm going with 2017's The Big Sick.
Ooh.
yes.
Oh,
I think it's
yeah.
incredibly written. I think Kumail Nanjiani gives an absolutely incredible performance. So does Holly Hunter and Ray Romano. I think this movie's incredible, and it's going to stand the test of time. So, The Big Sick.
It's a good one.
That's one I didn't put on my
Got it.
list, but it's like I hear that just like I forgot about it. Just like, oh yeah, that was a great movie.
If I wasn't going for non-ver movies, that would have been like top. I would have chosen that instead of getting Sarah Marshall. That movie is incredible, and it's
Good one.
I don't know whether or not it got to the final of the rom-coms, but it's only.
It did not. It lost to The Apartment, if I'm not mistaken.
But still, being in
Which
that
is a
top 4
travesty.
picture.
I mean, I've never seen The Apartment, but it's a travesty.
I voted for it, just for the record. I
So
voted
did
for
I.
The Big Sick.
The real question is, did Kirk?
I'm gonna guess no on that one.
Just quick say,
Just a hunch.
I'm here to do
Just-
one thing and one thing only, and that is bridge the gap that has formed between me and Kirk,
But
and
just-
also win the Fan League personality tournament. Please vote for me.
Joseph
He's just
Oliver,
pandering at this point.
so close to having watched all Cameron's picks. Oh, you need to watch Big Sick.
All right, Big Sick. That brings us to Brian with his fifth and final pick.
Kirk did it. I pandered.
Okay. I'm between 2 at this point. They're both kind of crime movies, both 90s.
Man, that's a weird way to lead into Lilo and Stitch.
You know, I'm gonna go with one that I think not everybody else is gonna care about. I didn't even hear the comment, but okay.
I didn't either.
Weird way to lean into Lead on Stitch.
This one's more of a character study. It just happens to be kind of a crime setting, and it is also the acting debut of one Natalie Portman as Leon the Professional.
Professional. I always
It
forget
was
the
between
Leon
that
part.
and the Usual Suspects because I wanted to have one of those 2 on there, but it's
Yeah,
something about this one I just enjoyed more on a character level. So. Oh, Joseph! Damn it!
It's all right. You can name it at the end for the stuff we left off.
Joseph, damn it!
Yeah, I didn't even think of that one. I love that movie.
No worries, no worries. But all right, The Professional. Yeah, Natalie
Where were you
Portman's
5 minutes
first
ago?
role.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see Natalie Portman until she was in Beautiful Girls.
I want to win.
Never
I
seen
still
it.
haven't seen this. I still
Yeah.
haven't seen me on The Professional. I need to.
You've not seen this movie? Oh, it's a really good movie.
I'm sure. I
Has a
think that's what I
plant?
heard.
It's kind of America's introduction to Jean Reno for the most part. Gary Oldman is awesome in it. He's so over the top. It's great.
Because Gary Oldman is so often horrible in roles.
Everyone.
Right. I mean, the score is awesome. It's yeah.
But no, okay, Leon the Professional. That brings us to Jacoby, the last pick of
All
the
right.
fantasy film fights. 3-word title draft.
3-word title draft. I want a straight comedy. And there are a
Definitely
few that I'm going back and forth on. Yeah, no, I think I'm going to choose this one. I'm going to choose
Schindler's List.
Schindler's List. Schindler's List 2. That one was more of the comedy. I'm going to choose. It's a more recent comedy, and I'm choosing it because it's a hilarious movie, but also because nobody expected literally anything from it. It was a movie. When you first hear it, you're just like, "That's what they're doing with this." It is a movie that is a reboot of a drama television show about cops in high school. And you hear they're going to make this movie?
Okay.
It is 21 Jump Street. It is both hilarious on its own, and it's hilarious once you go into it thinking like, this is never going to work. Channing Tatum is not a funny guy. They can't reboot a drama television show about cops in high school and make it actually funny. And they did. This movie is hilarious. It is smart. It's just well made. It has some great action sequences. Brie Larson and Dave Franco and Rob Riggle supporting characters that really elevated them even more. So yeah, my final pick, 21 Jump Street.
Not a bad pick whatsoever. I like the way you led into that. We all kind of realized exactly what you were talking about, like right at the end.
He said comedy and
reboot,
and I immediately was like, yeah.
Did you have it? Yeah, I was sitting there. I'm trying to figure out, like, what is he talking? Oh, okay.
Because it was on my list.
Yeah. Well done. Well done on that one. I enjoyed it.
It's literally one spot below The Big Sick on my list.
Wow.
I didn't know whether or not I was going to go for them just because of like whether or not classing 21 as one word or two words, but it deserves.
It would be
this spot.
hyphenated as one.
Yeah, it's same as. But it's such a great comedy, and like Channing Tatum just went, "Hey, you just think of me as the dude with abs?" Like, no, I'm better than that.
Yeah, I'm actually funny. And I can pair off, and the chemistry between him and Jonah Hill is fantastic.
Yeah, you really wouldn't expect it, but yeah, it works.
Yeah, and it kind of came out of nowhere, right?
Yeah, it's one you think it's like, oh, this is going to flop and fail so hard. Oh, and Ice Cube? How can you forget about Ice Cube in that?
Oh yes,
hilarious.
Oh yeah, and also
Brian is sitting in silent agreement.
I really like that movie, and what you're saying about Tatum is the same. It's like I always wrote him off as just some stupid flash in the pan actor. But he went nowhere. But then like once he started doing this and like he started doing some other comedies and showed personality, I've completely changed my mind about him.
Nice.
And also the directors, they only before this they did Cloudy with a Chance of Meatball. We did this and then end up doing stuff like the Lego Movie.
Like Solo is always
that was on my list.
The Lego Movie.
So
Phil Lord and Christopher Miller seem to do no wrong. I think everything they have has been a real good winner.
Yeah. It's true. Just think about it. All right. Tony, can you give us a recap of everybody's teams as we have come to the end of the draft?
Okay, so let's pull this bad boy up a bit bigger so we can see them all at once. Okay, so I was the first pick. I went with Punch Drunk Love for my first overall. Good Will Hunting for the 10th. Then Forgetting Sarah Marshall. School of Rock for my 4th round. And then final pick was My Neighbor Totoro. I probably should put in Jacoby's. Okay, Jeff went next. He went first with the Shawshank Redemption. Then Toy Story 3. Saving Private Ryan for his 3rd round pick. The Big Lebowski 4th. And finally Superman the movie. Cameron was in the middle, put himself in the middle. He went with The Social Network first, 12 Angry Men second, The Children of Men, West Side Story, and The Big Sick. Then Brian went with Avengers in Infinity War, The Lion King, Dog Day Afternoon, A Christmas Story, and Leon the Professional. Even though it's just called Leon in the UK, so.
I was wondering if that would be accepted or not.
Yeah. And then Jacoby last went with The Dark Knight for his first round pick. 2nd round pick was Princess Bride. The Iron Giant 3rd round pick. LA Confidential for his 4th. And then 21 Jump Street for the 5th.
All right. It's going to be a tough battle in the voting process, I think, for a couple of these lists here. We left a lot of good stuff on the board. I, for one, if I had been drafting, Defending Your Life would have been in one on somewhere on my list, if not the number 1 overall pick, because I love that movie.
Which one?
What else? Defending Your Life.
Oh.
It's that movie
Albert Brooks, Meryl Streep. Have you not seen that one?
I have not.
Ooh, please put that on your to-do list.
I haven't seen that either.
I watched
Written
it.
and directed by
Peggy.
Albert Brooks. You just haven't seen it, Tony?
No, I watched it today.
What'd you think? No?
It's fine.
That's coming from the guy who put Punch Drunk Love as the very first choice of the movie.
Of the entire draft.
Fair point.
He had every movie ever made.
Another one, I believe this is one of the two Richard Linklater movies that Cameron was referring to earlier. It was Dazed and Confused. I can't.
That and Everybody
can't
Wants
quite
Someone
place-
too.
Yeah.
What was the other one?
Everybody Wants Some.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I didn't even think. Actually, I don't. Actually, it would. Yeah, it would count. The
Scanner
exhibition
Darkly.
points don't count as that.
Fast Food Nation.
Bad News Bears.
Bad News Bear.
That's true. That's true.
Wow,
I
Bad
forgot
News
about that
Bears.
one. Anyways, what was everyone's on your list? What was the one that just missed being picked by you? And who's got a good one?
There were two others that were fighting for that last spot for me.
Okay.
And it was The Karate Kid and
Okay.
The Great Dictator.
Ooh, good
Great
picks.
dictator.
Oh God, I wasted.
Oh, and also Lilo and Stitch because it's me,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
He doesn't understand the meaning of one.
Too bad. I'm gonna say 3. Deal with it.
No, it's
You
fine.
can't stop me. I'm
Oh,
a
man.
renegade.
I had so many like kind of feel good movies, like kind of like on my list, the ones that hit you. So it's like a lot of my feel good ones to make it. But I think if I had to pick another one, I think I was going to go with Field of Dreams.
That's a good one.
I just think that movie that hits you right in the heart. That would have been my next one.
I don't think anyone actually picked any that were on my
Sorry,
list.
what movie? I cut out.
I want to see what else was on Tony's list to see if any of us were even considering them.
Yeah, I had a lot of guilty pleasures on mine. A bunch of stuff from my childhood that kind of informed who I am, and the Superman movie was really the best pick from those, so that's why I went with it. But how many can I give you right now?
Oh, as many as you like. Write them off.
No, I'll just throw a few out there that were kind of fell into that category. Was The Little Mermaid, The Dark Crystal.
No.
Transformers the movie, the cartoon one.
You got the touch.
That's the one.
You got the power.
And probably my biggest guilty pleasure, and it should never be on one of these lists because it's not really that great of a movie, is the A-Team.
Oh, the
I love that movie.
yes, Liam.
But it's
Neeson.
like I can watch that like all
The movie
day,
that should have
every
gotten a
day,
sequel.
any day. Yeah, it should have been the launch of a franchise. But
The one with Bradley Cooper, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I just want to make sure we're on the same page. Okay. Cool. Brian, you got a couple that you almost made it there?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how close any of them were to being like my definite pick, unless I was really scraping it, because a lot of these just personal picks, movies I really enjoy. Out of Sight, Joseph mentioned in the chat. I'd forgotten about that one. I really like that movie. My favorite Soderbergh one, probably. Bringing Up Baby, I thought I might put a classic one on there. Grosse Point Blank, I love.
That's a good one.
Can't Hardly Wait is just one I really like as far as like teen comedy kind of things.
Right over there.
Dumb and Dumber, La La Land, Sleepless in Seattle. There's a whole bunch of them.
For sure.
I had Dumb and Dumber and Sleepless in Seattle as like I would say one of my top ones.
Kirk brought up another one that was close to being picked by me. Lawrence of Arabia was really close to being picked by me. But I was like, I have several classics already. Wanted to finish with something new.
Yeah, that would have been a good one. I wanted to pick Army of Darkness, but if I
That
wouldn't
would have been. No one picked any horror.
I also considered Coming to America.
Ooh, that is exactly what I was going to mention.
Titans,
Oh,
My
that
Cousin
would've been
Vinny.
yeah.
Stand By Me. Of course, it's
Yeah.
Me to
Yeah.
the World's End, and then All About Eve was another one.
Oh, Jonathan Beck mentioned Blues Brothers. That was good.
Yeah.
I'll run through in the chat in a minute, but just quickly, a few of mine. Lost in Translation. I watched that last night. I thought it was a fantastic shot of just Tokyo and loneliness. Meet the Parents. Walk the Line. Straight Out Compton. Stuck on You. Of course, it's me. Bridget Jones' Diary. Beverly Hills Cop. You've Got Mail. Herbie Fully Loaded. Life of Pi. Men in Black.
You know what? Tony,
Life of Pi. That would be a good one. And Men in Black has merit.
Herbie Fully Loaded. Hell yeah.
Yeah, and Knight's Tale, and the one that I was going to pick because of being a fantastic British sci-fi film, Attack the Block.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't
like
seen
that
that
one.
I
yet.
was thinking of.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I wanted to.
That's a good choice.
That's a movie I have to watch with subtitles on.
It's a movie produced by Edgar Wright, so you know I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, John Boyega is debut role. He got the role
my
because
goodness.
he spoke.
Yeah.
Kirk just brought up one that I can't believe I forgot. Throne of Blood. Oh my gosh. Throne of Blood.
We'll go through the chat now, and just so that they can shout at us. Just quickly, Jonathan Peck, The Life of Brian.
Monty Python's Life of Brian.
Monty Python, Life of Brian. Exactly why I would have chosen it first round. So let's see. So we'll start with Peck. So we went with the Blues Brothers.
Yeah.
Kirk, Stand By Me.
Yep, on my list.
Malcolm, Patricia Jones Diary, Garth McMurray, Defending Your Life.
Thank you, Garth.
The Nice
Wrong,
Guys.
Tony.
Oh, I missed
The Nice Guys. Oh, I
Orange.
totally would have picked that movie over LA Confidential.
Damn
Damn it.
I need to rewatch The Nice Guys.
Can I
'Cause I
read
watched
my
it, it was
list?
good, but the way that everyone talks about it.
Yep.
Can we start over?
Yeah.
Lost
Tell you
America.
what, when we run out of topics, we'll revisit this one.
Can't
But don't worry,
believe
we'll
I
have
forgot
4-word
Throne of
titles,
Blood.
2-word titles, 1-word titles.
18-word titles. Go.
2 Wong Fu. Thanks for no. That
I
doesn't
think
work.
that's more than
Precious,
three.
based on the novel Push by Sapphire. No.
The
There you go.
41-year-old virgin who forgot
Knocked
Sarah
up
Marshall
Sarah Marshall and felt super bad
about
about it.
Yeah.
The Englishman that climbed up a hill.
while drinking your juice in the.
All right.
I'm just going to put it out. I have the moral victory because I didn't go with any sequels or go with any with the word "the" at the start. It's a moral victory.
Oh,
That's what
no.
I was going.
Is that a moral victory or just a Tony victory?
I think by moral victory
Probably.
he means he's aware
That's- he has to
lost
find a
and is
silver
trying
lining
to
in
claim.
this
Yeah,
list.
he's trying to claim some sort of dignity out of this.
But yeah, that was.
All right,
I was.
well.
I was trying to not do verse just because I thought that. I don't know. I just the blank just felt weird to me doing it as a 3-word title, so I tried to keep it down all to ones with like full.
Oh, I guarantee on the Facebook page they're going to come up with 100+ of them that were like, oh,
You
I
guys
didn't
didn't pick
even
that
think
one?
of
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, remember the
People are
Titans?
never happy
that was
when
on my
you do
list.
anything on the internet.
And yes,
Yeah.
everyone, I look
true.
forward to hearing what you would have picked. Make sure you comment in the Facebook page.
Somebody
Make sure
better
you
bring
like
up
and
High School
subscribe, too.
Musical.
So what we're going to do instead of putting the post for the poll up straight away, we're going to leave it 24 hours just so people can make people actually watch the
Watch
video.
We're not going to
So-
tell them what you picked yet. We're going to make sure they watch it and then they can comment on everything.
So if you do want to,
Giving it all
so,
away.
so if you do want to put any comments of what we missed, put them in the video comments on the Facebook page or do it in the comments in the YouTube page, and then tomorrow around this time we'll put the post up for the poll and see who did that. And speaking of polls, let's pull up last week's one.
Also, Malcolm, I did remember the Titans. I just didn't give enough of a shit to put them on my list.
That was almost on my list.
It was close.
Almost.
It was on my draft board, but it didn't.
I
Would have been on my draft board too.
I watched Friday Night Lights today in preparation for it.
Wrong football movie.
Yeah.
No.
Show is better.
Remember the Titans.
The
So much
Blind Side.
Oh, no.
better. TV's better than the movie.
Okay.
That is you said that with such confidence. Like it is the obvious answer that the blind
Like,
All
Yeah.
about Steve.
There are a bunch of 3-word football movies,
Batman and Robin.
like the
We Are
Longest
Marshall.
Yard.
Any
We are
given
Marshall.
Sunday.
We Are
Marshall. I just had another one on the tip of my tongue, but my coffee hasn't done its job yet.
No, Necessary Roughness is 2.
North Dallas 40.
There's another one.
Zero
Oh,
Dark Thirty.
in any given Sunday. Did we say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that one.
Okay.
No one said that
My
one. That's a good one.
Facing the Giants.
The
We Are
Tooth
Marshall. Did
Fairy.
we say that? I'm gonna say that.
Yeah. It was,
Is it,
Oh,
is it the Little Giants or is it just Little Giants? I
It's
think
just
it's just
Little
Little
No,
I think it's
The
Facing the
Longest
Giants.
Yard. The
What?
Adam Sandler version of The Longest
I
Yard.
love the Adam Sandler version. 'Cause
It's
that's
actually
back when
pretty
I
I
did
was,
as well.
I was
Oh,
young enough
yeah,
to
yeah.
not realize that Adam Sandler could never be a quarterback. So I believed it. Like it's like, yeah, he's definitely quarterback material.
Heaven Can Wait.
Okay, so just quickly, last week it was Best Movie Villains. And by a resounding success, she won.
I won! Suck it,
Eh.
Jay!
So, just say your list. It was Hannibal Lecter from Silence of the Lamb, Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street, Darth Vader from some random indie film, John Doe from Seven, and Biff Tannen from Back to the Future.
That's a good list.
Destroyed. There was at one
It's a good
point
list.
you had more than everyone else scored combined. I think
That's just how I roll.
Kevin was able to just make sure that didn't happen.
Okay, so the real question is, like, how bad did Malcolm lose for putting Glinda the Good Witch on his list?
He was third.
Can barely hear you, Cameron.
Yeah, what did he say? Scoot forward a little more.
How bad did Malcolm lose for putting Glinda the Good Witch on his list?
I don't know if he got like 2 votes or something.
He got 5 votes. He was joint 4th.
I
Sadly,
voted for him.
yeah, Erica was last with choosing anime. God damn it, I should have learned this lesson.
Spirited Away. That was a good pick.
That was a really good pick.
Mm-hmm. No, Erica impressed me. She had a lot of deep cuts that I wasn't even thinking about. So
Oh, yeah.
that was,
Yeah.
So what? And also, yeah. So next week we are doing directed by John. So that's anyone with his name John, first name, surname. Sadly, actually, I did double check. Olivia Newton-Dunn has directed something. If anyone does pick that, you will automatically win because it's the worst film ever made. It looks like. But
check out the IMDb.
If you are interested in that, please post it in the announcement page. And also coming up as well, we got Pixar characters, Peggy's birthday bonanza. Please stop asking about it. We're not going to tell you. The Build a Zombie Apocalypse team and movies with a name and title. So,
should be an interesting lineup coming up.
Absolutely. And then also FPTL Sunday, we've got a regular teams match coming up. So if you are interested, put your name down for it. Schmo Center tomorrow for the Cuckoo's Mess versus what the fuck's that? Real Rejects. We'll be there straight after that. NBA Live comes back Friday. So all that stuff. And if people are watching this for the first time, please like, subscribe, do all that things. Jeff, one more time. Do you want to tell people where do they go to donate?
Yes, please do.
So the easiest way to do it is just to go to the Movie Trivia Face Off YouTube channel, and you'll see the match there. It's the Hair versus Hair charity match, and the link is in the description. I don't have it written in front of me, or I would read it out. But there's a lot of slashes and letters and words in there. But just click on the link there. That's the easiest way to do it. And if you're not able to help out financially, and like I said, even $1 helps. Share it because you never know when it's going to pop up in front of someone that can really do a lot. So that's the biggest thing that I've been asking people to do is just help us spread it around, and it's a fun match too. You'll enjoy yourself. But yeah, that's it, and it's for a good cause. We're trying to cure those childhood cancers and give these kids that are going through this stuff a much better life. So that's what it's all about. Absolutely. And I know also I was going to do it so that because I know Cameron believes it's the same as childhood cancer. Sundays, Full Metal Classics, go sign up for it whenever he throws it.
Yeah, I don't like being plugged like that. I don't like you saying that on my behalf. Really not a fan of being represented in that way.
You're welcome.
Yeah, no, I host Classic on Sundays. Come watch, come sign up. Yeah.
I still gotta wait a couple
weeks.
Also,
Jacob in the comments, I am not trashing facing the Giants. Look up, Brock. You're in the end zone.
All right.
Classic scene.
Jacoby, Brian, you two got anything you want to promote or anything like that?
I'd like to promote Jacoby.
Aw. He tore me down at the beginning and he's building me up at the end.
I did. I'm hereby appointing you president of Feature Presentation Productions and Corey Quinto's manager.
Oh, God. That's great. That's great. No, I'm happy. This was fun. Happy to be here.
Mm-hmm. I just realized I could have gone with the Jurassic Galaxy.
That's not as a one. There's a 2-word title. I mean, don't talk about that movie.
One day we'll do a live stream of it.
Best Jurassic movie? No, we won't, and we won't ever do that.
Draft your favorite Jurassic Park movies.
Yeah. All right, so Peggy, do you want to sign us out?
I guess so. Tune in next week when we do directed by John. And as always, for Tony, Cameron, Brian, Jeff, and Jacoby, good night. See you next week. Bye.